What up guys and gals, this is VG Punk. So beside Vanguard, the other franchise that continuously suck out the money from my wallet is Pokemon. So today, I thought it would be fun if I label each clan in Vanguard with 2 types from Pokemon. While some of these clans might be very obvious, other might need a little more explaining. Let's get to it. Alright, first let's start with the most vanilla of them all. Clans from the United Sanctuary. The first clan is Royal Paladin. For this clan, I choose Steel type as the first type. The majority of units in this clan are warrior that's clad in armor and hold swords as their weapon of choice. So it makes sense if Steel is the first type to go to this clan. The second type that Royal Paladin have would be the normal type because they are hella vanilla. Following Royal Paladin is their counterpart, the Shadow Paladin. Of course, similar to Royal Paladin, the majority of Shadow Paladin units have armor and metal weaponry. So they also get the Steel type. Can't really argue with that with all the sharp shoulder going on in the clan. Now the other type will probably be very obvious, the Dark type. If Royal Paladin is hella vanilla, then Dark type will be the chocolate of Vanguard. If you couldn't tell, I really want ice cream right now. Found a new place, but I haven't got a chance to visit it since COVID is happening. But anyway, moving on to Gold Paladin. Surprise, surprise, they also have the Steel type. You probably know why by now. Now for Gold Paladin's second type, it might need a little explaining because I picked the Fire type. Two of the most well-known Gold Paladin unit is Gurgwit and Ezel. Both of them is related to fire because Gurgwit is known as the Knight of the Sun and Ezel's full name is Blazing Incandescent Lion Lon Ezel. The sun blazing. Fire! Speaking of the sun, let's look up to the sky and talk about Angel Feather. So, obviously, the Angel Feather gotta be Fairy type for one, because Fairy is the closest that Pokemon have to Angel. The second type is obviously gotta be Flying type, because the majority of Angel Feather unit have wings with feather. Since none of them are obviously Velociraptor, so they gotta fly. Now that you have your vaccine from the Angel Feather, let's look down to the ground for Oracle Think Tank. Same reason as Angel Feather. OTT will also be part Fairy type because of all the god and goddesses in that clan. They would also be Psychic because the whole clan is based off of predictive magic and divination. So Psychic seemed like a good fit for that. Now the last clan for United Sanctuary is Genesis. But hey, what do you know? Genesis have the same type as Oracle Think Tank. It's Fairy because you know why. And then it's Psychic because it used to be part of OTT. Now for the most boring nation of them all, Dragon Empire. Gee, I wonder what all these clans gonna have. First up is Kagero. First type for Kagero will be Dragon because duh. The second type, you guessed it, Fire, because Puff Puff Dragon literally breathe fire. Narukami is next, and would you look at that? The first type is Dragon type because duh. Second type, did you guess it? Electric, because Zap Zap Dragon is literally surrounded by lightning. Tachikaze is next. Dragon type, because dragon and dinosaur is basically the same thing in anime. Tomato, tomato. Now you may think their second type should be Steel type because of all of the armor they have on, but lore-wise, the clan is known for their ground assault tactics, so they should be Ground type. Now let's move on to the 2 ninja clan. Nubatama is Dragon type first because they're Dragon Ninja. Their second type has to be Dark type because Dragon Ninja hide in the shadow. Finally, Murakumo. The first type is not a Dragon type. That is certainly a surprise. Their first type is actually Ghost type because the majority of the clan is made up of yokai, which is just Japanese ghosts. However, their second type is pretty common as we see so far. Steel type because metal weapons are steel. Let's move on to the Dark Zone and see what we can come up with. If you really look at the name, maybe you'll see. Starting us off in the Dark Zone is the Dark Irregular. Would you look at that? The first type is Dark because it's literally in the name. What else do you want from me? The second type? Ghost, because vampires are just sexy ghosts, aren't they? Now let's do one of my favorite clan, Palemoon. Although the card is really colorful, they have to be part dark type because Palemoon is supposedly a group of mercenary, which mean they're bad guy, which mean they're dark type. Now, the second type might be a little bit difficult to see, but I managed to narrow it down to the psychic type. From Lucair mind controlling her section of the Palemoon troops to the beast tamer that control the demonic monster that is in the troops. It's gotta be psychic type. Any other type just wouldn't make sense. Now the most boring out of everyone in the dark zone would have to be the Gear Chronicle because their first type, the dark type. I think I'm seeing a trend. I don't know, you tell me. Their second type has to be steel because all their unit have some kind of steel on their body. Lastly, Spike Brother, dark type. If you have a better choice, please let me know. Secondly, poison. Those big bulky body have to use a little bit of steroid. What is steroid? Drugs. And what are drugs? Basically poison. Now, let's clear up all the darkness and go somewhere more serene, like the Zoo Nation. So much greenery. Surprisingly, not everything is gonna be grass type there, but Neonectar is. I don't think I need to explain why Neonectar need to be a grass type. Literally Google any Neonectar card. But surprisingly, I don't think they need a second type. It's up for debate because they could be part dragon, but not every unit have a dragon or is a dragon. They could be part steel because some of them hold guns or sword, but not the majority of them hold any weaponry that's made out of metal or steel. So I think Neonectar is fine just being a pure grass type. Now, one of the toughest clan, Great Nature. There's not really a type that would fit in well with furry. Not that every single Great Nature player is a furry. I narrow it down to the grass type, but unlike Neonectar, Great Nature is a grass type because they live in the forest, not because they're made of plant life. Their second type would have to be psychic because they are smart, and smart equal brain power, and brain power equals psychic. Ta-da! Now, let's talk about Mega Colony, my other favorite clan. First up, Poison. The majority of Mega Colony units have toxin, venom, or poison somewhere in their art, their name, or in a stunning mechanic. So I think Poison is a pretty good fit. Secondly, it has to be dark type. Like duh, Mafia Insect, Bad Bug, Creepy Crawly. It's obvious that those kind of things make Mega Colony a dark. I'm kidding, for God's sake. It's bug type. Now, let's go to the beach. Let's go to the wave. Megalonica is next. If you couldn't tell, let's dive into it. Aqua Force. Is it Aqua Force or Aqua Force? I say Aqua Force a lot, but my friends say Aqua Force. Which one do you say? Anyway, they're water type. They're the marine, for God's sake. Under the sea. Their second type is the steel type because weapon and vehicle that they use are made out of steel or metal. Wow! Going deeper into the murky water and find Grand Blue, who's also water type. Under the sea. And they're also ghost type because once again, vampire are just sexy ghosts. And they literally have ghosties. And finally, the Degenerate clan, Bermuda Triangle. They're pure water. And if you haven't noticed, for the other two clans that I've been singing, under the sea, darling is better, down where it's wetter, listen to me. Yeah, they're just pure water because I don't think a second type will be good for them. Similar to the unknown that's deep in the sea, let's talk about the unknown that's out in space with the Darkgate clans, which is made up of robots and metallic alien. Can you guess what type will be common? Let's start with Nova Grappler. Steel. I'm out of joke for steel type, like literally, look at them. Now, the second type will be more interesting because I picked electric for their second type. Someone have to ride those robots, so I assume that they need electricity to work, so electric type. Going further out, let's check on Dimensional Police. Steel type, I am really out of joke now. Their second type, fighting, because justice. And because they're fighting monster within their own clan. And we come to the last clan in this video, the Link Joker. Earlier, I talked about metallic alien, their steel type. This explanation is more educational than funny. There's a lot of new metal out in space that we don't know about. Link Joker's second type have to be psychic because in terms of Pokemon, space and cosmic power equals psychic power. That's all we have today, folks. Tell me, would you change anything in my list? Or maybe you could come up with a good explanation for the second types, for Neonectar or Bermuda. Comment down below your suggestion. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.